Hi, not all leadership inspire and support employees. In some workplaces, leadership can become harmful when a leader constantly criticizes, controls, or treats employees unfairly. This is what we call toxic leadership, a leadership style that can make employees feel stressed, unheard, and unappreciated. To find out how people view in this issue and whether they have experienced it, we spoke to a few individuals. Let's hear what they had to say. Let's go.
So I think toxic leadership is something like when they can lead well and they being so bossy and their action don't go well with their speaks lah. So basically, a great leader will create another leader. So how you want your employee to be? So you need to be like them also, and you need to show them what is the perfect way to be the human being or to be a leader.
Yes, very much.
Such as, can you give example?
Stressful, I would say, is the leaders that chooses a specific person to lash out their stress onto, especially people in the more junior level. Then another would be leaders who micromanage too much, like even having the CCTV directed at you. They want to see every movement of you in the office, anything you do on the computer.
Alright.
It made going to work depressing. I would say it makes work not enjoyable lah. But I try to stay away from office politics just to get my work done and all. But luckily I have colleagues, because you know when, how do I say when you, can I say in Malay?
Boleh sure.
When you tertindas you become closer to your colleagues. Yeah, so I had supportive colleagues and all to, you know, to talk to with. But at the end of the day, it's still not enjoyable to have a leader who micromanages you and just all that lah.
I think to be a good leader, leaders should be supportive, approachable, fair, and trustworthy. I think people leadership needs to be transparent and respectful, so that people can look up for him as a leader.
That's all the experience and insight shared by our audience about this issue. I'm Muhammad Izwan. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hi, welcome to Swallow. I'm Rin Rosie, and today we are going to have a very honest conversation about something that does not get about enough in professional skills: toxic leadership. What it is, what it does, and what we can do about it. With me today are two experts who are not here to sugarcoat anything, Mr. Azhar Rishan and Miss Azlin Shafika. Welcome both of you. Alright, so we go through the first question. What is toxic leadership? Alright, Azhar, let us not beat around the bush. What exactly is toxic leadership?
Okay, sure. So, first of all, let me be direct. Toxic leadership is when the person on top of the management or organization abuse their power or use their power to harm the people below them. And I want to be very clear here. There's a differences between the tough leader together with the toxic leader. A tough leader basically give you an uncomfortable, give honest feedback and expect a higher result. Why I say like this? Because they expect the result to be a very high quality. Okay, they expect the result to meet their expectation. On the other hand, toxic leader, they create an environment of fear, manipulation, and disrespect. They crush an initiative, they punish an honesty, and they make people feel worthless. The goal is not an improvement, it's basically a control, a condemn.
Right, as I mentioned, the goal is not improvement, it is control. Alright, Azlin, anything to add to that?
Yeah, all right. First of all, thank you host for asking the question. Yeah, for me, well, I just want to state one fact, which is um, toxic leaders rarely see themselves as toxic. We need to understand this and we need to acknowledge this. Many of them will truly believe that behavior is justified or even effective, and some of the leaders were treated the same way by their own leaders. So that's why it is inherited. It becomes a cycle, it becomes a habit, and can we see the pattern here? So that's why I think that awareness and also education matter the most, because we cannot simply change something if we do not recognize it.
All right. So you cannot change what you do not recognize. All right. So next, move for next question. Characteristic of toxic leadership. All right. Let us name it. What are the behaviors we should be watching out for, Azhar?
Okay, so here's a lot. Okay, so I'll give you guys a few. The first one is blame shifting. When things goes wrong or it didn't goes right, the team gets blamed. It's never the leader. The leader never get blamed. It's not their fault. It is always someone else's fault. The second is invisible hard work. Employees can give everything they have. Employee can do everything for the company, and it simply goes unnoticed. Why? Because that person is not their favorite. And the third one is no recognition and no acknowledgement. As I told you, it's a favoritism. The leader, inner circles get every opportunity, and the rest, the team is left wondering, what did they wrong? These three alone are enough to destroy the team morale.
All right. These three alone are enough to destroy team morale. So how about Miss Azlin?
Yeah, all right. Thank you again, host. Then I would like to add two more to what Mr. Azhar said. So first, I think is about the leader is refused to listen. So most of the cases when employee try to explain the situation or even give a feedback, most of the toxic leaders usually shut them down immediately. They refuse to listen, or maybe even if they listen to reply, not to understand. So there is no two way of communication. So most of the cases, leaders talk, employee listens, end of the story. And for me, the second one is, I think, is about public humiliation, which is most of the toxic leaders. We can see that they usually calls the employees out, criticize them, mocks them out, and also humiliate them in front of others. So I think that it is kind of violation, because no one should feel ashamed at work.
Yeah, no one should have to feel ashamed to at work. All right. So for next question, effects on employees and organization. All right, Azhar. So what actually happens to people when they are working under someone like this?
So the effect is obviously the people get stressed, and it's not the manageable kind of stress that basically that help you to meet the deadlines. It is a chronic stress, the kind where your body can't sleep, where this stress escalate to burnout, anxiety, and many cases and depression. So organization pay a huge price too. Why I say like this? Because high performers leave the company first, and while the rest who are not perform, they tend to stay. And it cost of replacing even one talented employee in time, money, knowledge, and anonymous.
All right. As Azhar mentioned, this thing is stress, right? So how about Miss Azlin?
Right. So I personally, this is interesting, and I would like to address it. I would like to tell about something that tends to get overlooked, which is about professional identity. When someone or when employee gets or they are being told implicitly or explicitly over and over again that you are not good enough, so somehow they gonna start believe it. They start to believe that they are not doing good. So what happened after that? Employee will lose their confidence. Employee will start taking initiative to improve themselves, or even the worst case scenario is they stop bring full self of them at work. So yeah, eventually the relationship suffers due to the emotional toxic environment at the office, and it does not stop there. It follows you home and it haunted them. That's the worst case scenario.
Alright. The part of and outside of work, their relationship suffer because the emotional weight of a toxic, right? Toxic environment. Alright. So we go through the last question, which is solution and the way forward. Alright. If you are running an organization and you're watching this right now, Azhar, what do you actually do about this?
So I will start with leadership that is real, ongoing, and not a chat box. How about you?
Yeah, for me, I think it's very simple, which is recognize your people. Many companies skips this often, but I think that company dinners, family days, and also like award ceremonies, or even a simple thank you really goes a long way, you know. And the next thing that you can do is please provide mental health support available at the office, such as please do counseling sessions, therapy sessions, so that the employees will have a space that they can, you know, let out what they want, and then a space where they feel that there is no judgment towards them.
Alright, and as I mentioned, start with leadership training that is real, right? And ongoing. And for Miss Azlin, you say that recognize your people, alright? So that's the key, alright? So Azhar, Azlin, this has been genuinely eye-opening. And I think the conversation we had today is one that needs to be happening in every boardroom, every HR office, and every team meeting around the country. So for the audience, any question?
Okay, so my question is, what are actually three main characteristics that Gen Z should be mind of when they actually want to improve their leadership if they are appointed as a leader in their organization?
Alright, so thank you, Miss Iza, for the nice question actually. So how about it, Miss Azin or Mr. Azhar?
Okay, so I think Gen Z leaders should focus on unlearning a few things about toxic leadership habits first. Okay, first, the Gen Z leaders, they should not avoid difficult conversation. Good leaders solve the problem early, and the one thing about good leaders, they find a solution. Instead, asking what was the reason, why this thing happened. Instead of questioning about the problem, we need to find a solution so that we can solve the problem as soon as possible. Second, don't confuse being nice with lowering your standard. You can be empathetic while still holding people accountable, and don't micromanage or expect instant result. Because you need to trust your team and then give them a room to grow and think of themselves. And finally, always be open to feedback and take responsibility for your mistake. At the end of the day, a good leader is someone who listen, communicate early, and find a solution instead of asking a problem, and help others succeed. That's about me. How about you, Miss Azlin?
As per we discussed before, you know, I did mention that some of the toxic leaders were treated the same way by their own leaders, which is this becomes a cycle, you know. So I think Gen Z should break the chain, you know. The key here is break the chain. So which is Gen Z should be open to feedback and discussion, you know, because this is shows that they recognize the leadership that is lifelong learning journey. And also for me, number 2 is effective communication. Communicate ideas clearly and respectfully between the leader and also employees, and also be transparent and encourage open discussion so that you can understand each other more better and more clear. So I think this kind of characteristic Gen Z need to have if they want to become a better leadership and avoid leader.
Alright, so here we go. Actually, leadership is not about the title on your business card. It is about how you make the people around you feel. And if the people around you are shrinking, something needs to change. All right? So stay with us. After the break, two incredible women are going to sit down and share their personal stories. And trust me, you will want to hear this. Thank you.
I want the report by noon, and please don't make any mistake, okay? Understand?
I understand. I get it done.
I'm done. Hi boss, so this is the report that you have asked me. I've already completed as per requested.
This is not good enough. Why is this still unclear? Didn't I tell you to make it simple?
But I already followed from the previous report.
Then you are not paying enough attention.
Okay, I'll do it then. Thank you, boss.
Sorry Lani, but for tomorrow's presentation, I do prefer Dina to present our team.
But I'm the one who prepared this research. Why would Dina present instead of me?
Yeah, that may be true, but I think Dina would be more suitable for our company.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I feel like everything I do is never enough.
Honestly, I feel the same. It's exhausting.
Sorry Lani, but for tomorrow's presentation, I do prefer Dina to present our team.
I've started dreading coming to work. After work, I can't stop thinking about it.
I want the report by noon, and please don't make any mistake, okay? Understand?
It affects everything. Your focus, your confidence, even your motivation.
A leader is supposed to guide, not break the people they lead.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our talk show, which is Swelo for this segment 2, which is Experiences and Lesson. I'm Fatina, your host. And right now we are going to do something a little different. No expert panels, no statistics, just two real women, real stories, real talk about what it feels like to work under a toxic leadership. So everyone, please welcome Farah and Farha.
So hi guys, my name is Farha.
And hi everyone, my name is Farah.
Hi. I'm so glad you guys are here. So let me ask both of you up front. Have you ever worked with a leader who made you feel stressed, unheard, or unappreciated?
Yes, it was about 7 months. And mine was 2 years ago where I experienced as a untreated.
Interesting. So moving on, let us talk about something that affects whole team, which is favoritism. So how does it affect you guys? We're starting from Farah first.
There was one person at my office which is in the boss circle. Like in short way is she is like boss favorites. So she not talented as anyone else. It's just like the basic, like anyone else in the team. And but everything went to her, which is the good client, the good projects, and also when everyone did the job very well, it just the perfect, like there's no celebrate. But when it comes to her, it was celebrate. That's the different in my work favoritism.
So basically, like in terms of everyone, she gets the good quality, like good project and the good things.
Yeah.
But you guys, but the other person just normal one. So how about you, Farah?
Okay, so regarding my experience about favoritism, what I know is it was unfair because what's the point you being hard work? What's the point you have been faced a lot of challenges? But if they have a leader who have the favorite staff and so on. So regarding my experience, I did face with the leader who have a favorite staff. So by that time, I did a lot of job, but she didn't notice me and she didn't notice my hard work. And all my tasks are just like a simple, give it to her. But regarding her favorite staff, yes, it was like a big achievement. So yes, this is unfair about favoritism where I was experienced 2 years ago.
Yeah, I do understand that. Like, basically, you did everything, your
Yeah.
hard work, and then someone else get the credit for it.
Yes, correct. And yeah, it was like unappreciated too.
Okay, we will think on in this, which is the emotional impact. So I want to sit here for a moment because I think this is very, very important. So for the emotional impact, how did it affect you guys as a person?
You want to go first?
Okay, so regarding the emotional impact, of course, when you feel like untreated and appreciated, you feel like lost at the workplace, and also you feel like something is not right. And then regarding for me, it was a burnout, and I got the depression too, where I lost interest to do my daily life. Like I'm work to gym, I'm so lazy to do, and also I didn't give a good action to my close one, especially my family, when I feel like left out at the office and bring out to the home. Okay, so when I was being untreated and also like it gave me the bad emotional impact to myself where I feel like left out. I feel like because my leader didn't appreciate me. She just noticed someone else that didn't give a good feedback or didn't show the right work. So regarding my experience as a what the emotional give to me is the impact. For me, it was a burnout and I feel depression. I lose interest to do my daily life like going to gym. I've stopped seeing my friends. I'm stopped giving the good action to my close one, especially my family, where I used to also really love to do it. And I was just insisting like it's not about living, and I genuinely didn't connect it to my job at first because what's the purpose I'm going to office when I didn't appreciate it by my leader. And then it was only after I resigned, I tended to resign after that and started to recover that I realized exactly where it all started. Actually, I was facing with the toxic environment at the office, so it bring me a negative vibe. So like week after I resign, I recover everything, and now I'm in a normal life already.
Thank you for your sharing.
Yeah.
I know it's a big thing for you to share, but thank you. Appreciate it. So how about you, Farah?
My story is same with Farha. So which is that I developed anxiety, I could not sleep, and I also eat badly. I worked at the company like 7 months. So my first and second months, it's really, really stressful for me, which is I did eat properly, and I think that also my basic daily routine change uh really all that. I don't know how to say.
So it change your routine change like not the same every day lah.
Yeah. So basically, like when I come back from work, I just sleep and I can scroll TikToks and then I just feel like I want to rest. And back at morning, I just go work and didn't do anything. It's just like don't exactly myself. It's just like I need to go work, so it's just work, not just
It's like you don't have passion for it. Just you're going to work and then you come back home and then recharge and then next day also the same time.
Yes, that's all.
But I think I want to add some more regarding the emotional impact that I feel when my hard work didn't notice by my leader is I don't feel excited to go to work every day. Like I feel, what's the reason I'm going to work, and what's the purpose when someone didn't appreciate me? So from that, yeah, my final decision is I just tend to resign just for the peace of my life, and right away after that I get back my life.
Thank you for her and Farah. So happy. I'm so glad to hear that you are now in good phase. Okay, thank you for trusting us with us. That is not an easy thing to share. Okay, the next one. Both of you have come to the other side of this, like the good environment, getting rid of negative energy in your last company you work at. So what did you guys carry? Like, what lesson did you guys learn?
Maybe Farah, you want to share first?
Sure. So I learned that how you say something matter. It just it just impact someone. So feedback delivery with respect and care is different between someone growing and someone shut down. So when you become a leader, so I hope that wherever you are, if you become a leader, I hope that you can give feedback that's really not impact in someone, because we don't know that the words that you say maybe is kinda harsh to someone. So I hope that you deliver the message in the good way, not in the bad way.
Okay, so regarding my lesson, I think it's more about respect. Even though you are leader, but you still have to respect other staff that below than your level, even though that someone's staff is just a normal staff. So yeah, respect is not a bonus, but it was a basic thing that you must have, and it was like common sense for you to have a respect. When you respect someone, and for sure that someone will respect you too. Okay, so yeah, even though I was it's not the treated by a good, even though my leader, which is 2 years ago, didn't treat me in a good way, but I still respect her. But she didn't give the same energy, like she don't even respect me. So I think respect is a must, even though you are in a higher level of position. So that's a lesson that everyone should learn.
So I think that this the last lesson that I want to say is be leader that you wish to have, which is when you become the leader, you become the someone that the staff want to see, the staff like want to becomes. So I wish that if you have you I wish that when you become the leader, I hope that you can hear the staff what the staff want to give the ideas or anything, and you try to give support also. So the staff not like what is it, the giving
is it like a take opportunity or take
Yeah.
advantage? So I guess a good leader must be a good representative. So yeah, the leader represent itself. So we must have respect on leader, but make sure the leader also in a good way lah.
So that's
Yeah,
it.
that's. I do support with your opinion.
Yeah, I think that's the lesson that we can keep for now.
Alright, that's a good lesson, which is good communication and also respect. It comes to both ways actually. If you don't respect your staff and the staff don't respect your leader also, so it comes both ways. So in order to get a smooth operation daily, you need to have respect for both. And also good communication, which is you need to deliver the message properly so that the staff will also understand and how they do the work. Okay, so Farah and Farah, do you have any last word to say to our audience?
Or let me start first. Okay,
sure.
so I think the last one is actually both parties must have a common sense during your work life. Okay, so yeah, even though you are a normal staff and you are a leader or you are a manager, both parties must have a respect and also tolerance to each other. So that's my opinion about leader and staff.
So for me, that whoever that really struggling right now, I hope that you know what the best for you, and you know what you want, and whatever you text the result, I think that it's just good for you. So I think that for that.
Okay, thank you, both of you, Farah and Farha.
Thank you, Tusina.
Thank you for sharing. I know this is a lot to take in, share with other people, with strangers especially. Thank you. So thank you for having us both at Salo. Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.